Verse 24 begins the title, Jacob Wrestles with God. And it begins with Ipalif the Yaakov Monos. And Jacob was left behind. So the family, everybody crosses over the Jabbok. And he's left monos, monogynous, only marriage. Ke'epa leien anthropos met aftu eos proi. And a man wrestled with him until morning, anthropos. And 25, Ide they otiu vina te pro safton. And he saw, now here we get all this confusing with the he and the him and who's who. And he saw that he was not able, I believe it's the man that's talking about, saw that he was not able to prevail against Afton, him who is Jacob. Ke ipsato tu platus tu miru aftu. And he touched the wide part of his thigh. Here we got the he and his. He, being the man, touched the platus, a plate, something wide, part of his thigh. Ke enar kise to platos to miru. And he paralyzed the wide part of the thigh. Yaakov into pale in afton medavtu, of Jacob in his wrestling with him. 26. Ke ipen afto, and he said to him, that the man he wrestled with, apostilon me, send me away. More or less, apo is away from. Aneve gar o orthros, for the dawn ascended. O the ipen, and he said, and that's Jacob, umi se apostilo, ean me evlogisis, no way will I send you away if you should not bless me. Now, evlogisis, elegy. Now, why? He must have known a blessing could come from this person. He's wrestling with him. So there was a lot that we don't know about this happening with this wrestling. We know that the camp of the God was close, and the angels. And verse 27, Ipe they afto, and he said to him, that is Jacob, Tito onomasu estin, what is your name? O they ipen Yaakov, said Jacob. Ke ipen afto, and he said to him, that is the man, U klithisate eti to onomasu Yaakov, your name shall not be any longer Jacob. Al Israel este to onomasu, but Israel will be your name. Well, now it's not just everybody that can change somebody's name, especially if you just run across somebody and start wrestling with them out in the middle of the wilderness. But yet, this is what happened. Oti aniskisas meta theou, for you grew in strength against God. So here we have the clue. This man is saying, you grew in strength against God. Ke met anthropon dinatos, and against mighty men. Dinatos, dynamite, derivative. And 29, Ero to say they Yaakov, Ke ipen, and Jacob asked and said, Anangilon me to onomasu, announce to me your name. Ke ipen, inati tuto erotas si to, why is this, you ask, onomamu, my name, o esti thavmaston, which is wonderful. Now, this which is wonderful doesn't appear in the Complutensian Polyglot, I believe the 16 in all of Hebrew, and I might take it out for the next version and put a footnote that it does appear in the a few places. Ke evlogisen afton eki, and he blessed him there. Verse 20, Ke akalasen Yaakov to onomatu topu akinu, and Jacob called the name of that place Ethos Theou, that's Penuel in the Hebrew. For I saw Edon gar ton theon prosopon prosopon. I saw God face to face. Ke asothi mu ipsiki, and my life, psychology, psyche, psychology is a derivative, the psyche, was delivered. Penuel. Go into the map again, and so you can see it's right there by the Jabbok. All this happened right in this area. He saw God face to face, and my life was delivered. And anetile they avto o ilios inica pariothe to ethos to theu. And the sun rose to him when he went by the form of God. Avtos they epeskaze to miro avtu. But he was limping in his thigh, the form of God. And it started off with a man. God took human form and was able to be touched because Jacob wrestled with him. Now you have all these people I see, they argue about the possibility of, God, Jesus not being God. And I don't know why they don't want him to be God. I guess because Satan has put it in their hearts that that's what he wants to prove. But yet we see here that God took form, physical form. Now, whether it was Jesus or Jesus was a person of Jesus, he looked like Jesus, and this is somebody, I don't know if he looked like Jesus or not. It doesn't say anything like that, but God took form. I can't emphasize that enough. He took physical human form. So if he could take a human form here, then he could certainly do it in the person of Jesus. End of the argument. Anetile they, and the sun rose, and he went from the form of God, but he was limping, and his thigh. And then 32, Enikan tuto, because of this, umi phagosin e Israel to nevron o anarchisen. Because of this, in no way do the sons of Israel eat the nevron. We have a neuron, a nerve, as a derivative. You might want to add that to your book, English Derivatives, because it only appears in the Old Testament Greek. Which he was paralyzed, and that's another word. There's a .1, .5, here, 3487.1 means that only appears in the Old Testament. And anarchisen, we have the narcosis, paralyzing, which is upon the platus of his miru, the thigh. Eostis imeris tavtis, until this day, whenever this was written, Moses. Oti ipsato tu platus tu miru Yaakov. He touched the wide part of the thigh of Jacob. Tu nevru, of the nerve. O anarchisen, in which he was paralyzed. The next chapter, chapter 33, we'll be going and where Jacob and Esau reunite, and hope you will join us then, and God bless.